His spell has taken hold.
So, Tira, are you sure this will work?
No, but we've lost. This is the last possible chance this world may have. Okay, this is it. I love you both. Sorry it ends this way.
It is done.
To listen to more, search Echoes of Regoria wherever you listen to your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Wayfair. Podcasts follow us everywhere. Whether you're cooking in the kitchen, chilling in the living room, or pretending to fold laundry in the bedroom. And with Wayfair, every one of those rooms can tell a story of its own. Their curated collections of furniture styles and prices make Wayfair the trusted destination to turn your home into your happy place. Shop everything home at wayfair.com with free and easy delivery straight to your door.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Welcome to Board Gamers Anonymous, the podcast where everyone is welcome at the table, but of course, no one knows whose turn it is. This is Chris.
Hey, and this is Anthony.
And this is episode 538, Gen Con Preview 2025. We'd like to thank all our Patreon backers for helping us unlock a brand new episode. Hey everybody, we're so glad to be back with you this week. And of course, like everywhere else in the world, we are talking about the one, the only, Gen Con 2025. Feel the heat, Anthony. Feel it. It's so hot.
I can almost feel a little trickle from 800 miles away.
You having flashbacks from the times we used to go to Gen Con?
Right? Yeah. Well, it's pretty hot here, so I don't know if it's
That's
really
true.
different.
Dear goodness, I can't imagine what it must be like, or what it's going to be like at Indianapolis.
I don't know, man. It's possible it's hotter here.
You think so?
It's supposed to be 99 here in Philly on Friday.
Oh,
so.
no. Well, Gen Con is happening here in the sweet old USA. It is the largest, still largest, I think, in fact, game convention in the United States. People from around the world come, publishers, designers, artists, artisans, and especially gamers come to see the newest, the latest, the greatest. And every once in a while, they release a game, Anthony.
Yeah, this year maybe less so.
Yes.
It has happened in the past for sure.
Supposedly.
Do you want to know what the temperature is supposed to be on Friday at Gen Con?
Actual temperature, or like one of those kind of like heat index weird kind of like...
Oh, I don't know the heat index. No, but the high temperature for Friday.
I'm gonna go 105.
76.
No.
It's gonna be like the nicest one ever.
How is that possible?
I know, the one we don't go to.
Damn it. Does that
man.
mean that we bring the heat to Gen Con? Is that what you're trying to say?
Apparently, because it's here now and it's not there, and we're here now and we're not there.
Gen Cant 2025, people. We did it.
Yeah.
Wherever we go, it's stifling hot with unending rays of beams of sunshine just warming and toasting and burning everything.
Right, but hey, now that we know that, maybe we can get people in Staten Island and Philly to fund our trips. They're like, go away, it'll cool off.
Take the bad weather with you, people.
Yeah, get out of here.
That wouldn't be such a bad thing. Just keep the sun with us.
Yeah, I mean, we're board gamers. We're inside. I don't care if it's hot.
Right.
Just need air conditioning. I don't care.
It's like the one podcast where it's like, weather conditions does not matter.
No. Could not care less. I'm inside.
All right, fellas, so you're going to go to the convention there for this weekend. What's the weather looking like? How's that going to affect the convention? It's not.
I literally... Every time we're there, I'm like, oh, it's hot. But I never actually look it up in advance.
No.
We show up and I'm like, oh, it's hot.
It's always hot there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Except for
because it
this
doesn't
stuff.
matter. I'm like, I don't know, it's August in Indianapolis. Who cares?
Yeah. It's so funny too, because again, when we look at like game conventions where they're held and then large game stores, like recently we've discovered that in Rochester, New York, where we're having our board game academic conference this October 4th and 5th, the largest game store in the United States is in Rochester, New York. So it gets cold up there. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's right up there by the Canadian border.
Yeah.
So
Good place for a game store.
this is a good place for a game store. The worse the weather is, the colder it is, the better the games or the game store. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you don't have the giant game stores in like sunny San Diego.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you probably have one or two there, but again,
I'm about to say, like, they seem like they're everywhere. But yeah, like I know, like when I go back to Seattle, they have like a dozen game stores, and yeah, it rains all the time.
it rains
So
all the
makes
time
sense.
there, man.
Yeah, it's a good place for it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, think about all the Euro games, right? How they kind of came out there, and
Germany,
yeah. So yeah,
cold and wet. It's cold and wet.
it's cold and wet, people. As long as you can protect your games, getting in and out of the convention, you're fine. So,
Yep.
But you should already know that because you already have games, so you get that. They're made of cardboard, people. That's all we're saying. Yeah, so Gen Con 2025 will be happening. There's been so many different things happening in the industry. Obviously, there's been shipping issues for the last couple of years. Very dramatic. Crowdfunding has really influenced the industry dramatically over the last decade or so. And now with all of the different tariffs that are hitting the publishers here, it'll be very interesting to get a sense of what games actually will be there for purchase, because I think they're going to be few and far between, my friend.
Yeah, we have a list of games that are supposed to be there for purchase. Always a big grain of salt, especially if you're going, because sometimes these games are supposed to be there, then they don't show up, or they get like 8 copies. But there are some, but it's a weird year for a lot of reasons, which we'll get into.
Yes. So that is going to be a wonderful, weird, and surprisingly delightful weather preview on our future review. But before we get into all that fun stuff, Anthony, there is a little bit of industry news that we want to kind of mention, because this has been happening more and more these days. And I think it's becoming a trend. I think we're officially at trend level.
Yeah, it seems to be Tycoon Games is on a buying spree.
Ooh, someone's got money.
They're pulling a full Asmodee.
Everyone's worried about purchasing games. They're purchasing game companies and game designs.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. So previously, Tycoon Games, they bought up Trailblazer, Canvas, a bunch of games from Simon, Gamelin Games.
Yep.
All of that's in the last 3 months.
Whoa.
And now, just this last week, they are like, hey, let's get some more stuff.
Yeah.
And not just more stuff, like award-winning stuff.
Yeah.
So they picked up Colt Express, Living Forest, and Lewis and Clark.
2
of those are Spiel winners.
Yeah.
So that's big stuff. And then Lewis and Clark, not a Spiel winner, but a good game. That if they could make those meeples not red, we'd be all set.
Yes. And the Kenner Spiel winner, Living Forest, which you and I have played many times. I think we both own that, right?
Yeah, maybe they'll rewrite the rulebook, because as I learned when I tried to bring this into my classroom, it is one of the worst rulebooks you will ever read.
Yes.
We didn't read it. Someone taught it to us, but it is truly horrendous.
Yeah, so they picked up a bunch of designs from Ludonaut, and yeah, it's a thing. It's happening, my friend. It is a thing.
It's what's going on right now. Yeah, the companies are short on cash because of global economic conditions. They have assets. Those assets are these IP. They're selling the IP to a company that has cash. It's capitalism.
Woot!
We're supposed to love this.
We do. It's fun.
Consolidation and lack of competition. It's great.
Everyone loves the board game Monopoly for this reason. And now that it's playing out in real life, how could we not love it?
Exactly. Right? I don't know if some of you out there listening right now being like, what's wrong with capitalism? Like, well, this is not the podcast for that, but let's just say things.
We'll say things, but we'll say more specifically things that, like, as far as the industry contracting and yet everything becoming more expensive at the same time is problematic and painful for all of us that are trying to purchase some excellent games to get to the table without taking a mortgage out on our house.
Right, yeah. Less competition, higher prices, fewer games, worse quality. Like, all that stuff happens. It's just what happens when there's this type of thing happens.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that just with every kind of product out there, especially food product, with like shrinkflation,
Yeah.
right? So, the same thing happens with tabletop gaming too, where you had a lot of way back in the day, maybe a decade plus, you had a lot of independent companies producing their best stuff with their heart and soul, and it was really these like boutique kind of industry producing these wonderful products. And then you have a big corporation come in, again, because they need to make money, and I totally get down with that. But then when they buy them all up, they just keep just the very little bits of it. And then you lose a lot of the other games that company produced. So, like, Catan used to be more than just Catan, right? There used to be a company behind Catan.
Yeah, it was Mayfair Games.
Yeah, and they used to produce a lot of games, and those games were great. And they even used to do a exhibit hall, demo hall, where you could play games at conventions for free.
Yeah,
and that's gone.
Remember when Z-Man Games was more than just the Pandemic company?
Yes, and they
released a lot of stuff.
A lot of like some of the best Euro games out there in the world.
Yeah,
and they gone.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just the Pandemic company. Days of Wonder is now the Ticket to Ride company, and yeah. So no, it's what happens. That's not really what Tycoon Games is doing. They're buying specific IPs and games, and those companies they still exist. Other than Gameland Games, which seems like they just got bought up wholesale. But everybody, like, they're selling stuff off so they can keep functioning, which is not a bad thing. It's good that they can do that. It's just, I don't know. It's hard for me not to be like a little cynical about all of it, because it's never good when things consolidate.
Well, the problem is when you have these small companies and they do have a hit or an award winner that brings in money, like if they do have an anchor or they do have a keystone product, that allows them to then do other things that are more innovative and more risky.
Right. Like Days of Wonder did for years.
But once you lose that, once the core of your, maybe you're making a couple of bucks, but it doesn't give you long-term support. And that's where the companies kind of fold because
Yeah.
We see that with a lot of film industries too, where they just start just doing reprints and, sequels to everything. And how many times do you get original film anymore? Well, there's only like less than half a dozen film companies out there now. So.
Right. Yeah. And like, we're all very lucky that A24 exists.
I know. I was just thinking about that.
It's one company, and how long until they get bought out? Right.
In a minute.
Yeah.
In a minute. Or any kind of like organic, healthy kind of food product or personal care product. And then it gets bought by a larger company like Colgate.
Right. Yeah. Like, I get these like the probiotic sodas. They're good. It's a good like low sugar alternative, and now they're all being bought up by Coke and Pepsi. Yeah. I'm like, no. And
then the products become less than. But again, that's another podcast for another day.
Yeah, but we're going down that capitalism route. We said we wouldn't do it.
No, I think it's what we've always been. If again, we've been on a lot of things for a lot of people, but I think primarily what we're trying to do there is be there for the gamers.
Yeah.
And as much as we do love and support the publishers and the industry and the designers and everything else that comes along with it, we do want a healthy industry. And some of that healthiness comes from transparency. Right. And that transparency helps the consumer. And in the case, what we're trying to do is help all the people out there who are gamers, who purchase games, make the best purchases possible, because that leads to a healthy industry, right? If you're buying things that are not good for you or your game group, or take all your money or other things, then you can't keep the game group going. You can't keep your friendly local game store going, and then the industry kind of contracts to the point where it's one or two companies producing one or two games. So I hope you like Catan, people, because that might be the last one standing.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the thing that happens, more or less. So but there's a convention where there'll be other stuff there. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So stick with us, because all the fun consumerism happens where we'll jump back in and just gush about left and right. All right. So until we get into all that fun stuff, Anthony, there is a game. And let's do the thing we do with games, Anthony. Let's roll for review.
All right. Let's do it. So I was able to borrow a game from a friend because so I've been invited to play this game, and when I looked it up, it seemed like it would take significantly longer to play than I had time for. So I was like, okay, let's do something lighter, but I really want to play that because it's new, and it seems like it's more of a solo game anyways. Game is called The Anarchy. This is the follow-up to Hadrian's Wall, which is from Garp Hill Games, Bobby Hill, and it is a blank and write game. It's not roll and write, it's not flip and write, because it's too complex to be called either of those, but you do have sheets of paper on which you are writing. So there's that. It is technically a 1 to 4 player game. I would say that's crazy. Don't do that. It's absolutely bananas. And there's no real reason to do it. There's not a ton of interaction. I don't think there's really any interaction. You're all just kind of playing your own sheets and doing your own thing.
Okay,
so
it's fine.
Don't play it with 4 people. I haven't done it, so I can't say for sure it's bad. And some people maybe are like, no, you're wrong, it's fun. But this seems like it falls into like the Mage Knight category of, this is really good for 1 person, maybe 2, and you could work together.
I will say, according to Board Game Geek, the community has voted. It plays 1 to 4 player. The community says 1 to 3. Best at 1.
Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah. So the BGG community is with you, my friend.
Yeah, which makes sense. So I played it solo. This review is solo. And so here's what it is. And I never reviewed Hadrian's Wall. I owned it for a little while. I tried to play it a couple times, just never quite wrapped my head around it. But this one I did. And if you have played Hadrian's Wall and you're like, what's different about it? What I can tell, again, not having played Hadrian's Wall, is that it's a little more complicated, has a little bit more quote unquote luck. It's not really luck. There's no like dice or anything, but there's like some chance elements mixed in with the flow of the cards. And there's a lot more thinkiness around it. So the game is longer, about 20 to 30% longer from what I'm reading from other people saying.
Wow.
The game itself is, it's complicated, but it's effectively like a worker placement game in which you don't actually ever place a worker on anything. So it kind of falls in that Garp Hill category, but you have 2 sheets of paper in front of you that represent a billion different things you can do. And you're effectively trying to build up fortifications on your castle and defend against attacks, and then go out and attack other castles.
Which is really adorable.
It is super cool.
Yeah.
Because you build up your little fort, and they're dice, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're like different shaped dice. So you have dice that are shaped like a wall. They're a little elongated. And you have normal D6s. You have the turrets at the edges, which are cylinders, and those are only like 2-sided because you have 1 on one side and 2 on the other. But effectively what you're trying to do is like build up your defenses around this castle, and then every round you're going to have an increasing number of attacks against your castle. So in the first round you have 2 attacks, by the last round you have 6. And so you need to have a lot of defenses, but also be producing these different like siege weapons that you can have. You could have these different technologies that help you like defend against different things. And then you have knights and you have warriors and craftsmen that you can place around the castle to help protect it. That's kind of the core of the game. And the reason I'm focusing on that is because there's like 600 other things you could do. But the core idea is protect your castle, because if you do not, you're going to get a bunch of negative points and bad things happen. And you just need to do that. So that's a good focus for the game. If you're like, because when you first sit down, like the first time I played it, I'm like, what am I doing here? There's like 6,000 options. And the reason for that is at the beginning of every round, you draw a card, and if you have caught up in attacking other castles, you get to draw 2 and pick 1. But you draw a card, and it's going to give you a certain number of workers, a certain number of wood, some food potentially, and some coins. All of these let you take actions. It's somewhere between like 8 and 15 of them, right? So you have a bunch of stuff to start with, and as the game goes on, you get production, and so that number gets higher and higher. So like by round 6, or round 5, I should say, I had like, the first time I played, I think 25 or 30 different things I could do stuff with at the beginning of the round. And so you sit there and you stare at these 2 sheets of paper with like these 75 different options you have, this big smorgasbord of options. And you're like, I don't know what to do. So having a focus, knowing what you're going for is really helpful. The other thing that happens is each round, when you take that card, which tells you which resources and workers you're going to get, that card also has a scoring condition at the bottom. You tuck that scoring condition under your player board, and so you end up with 5 of those throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
and those give you more direction. So one
Ah.
might be like, build all the mints. You get a point for every mint that you build,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which is like one of the things you can build on one of the sheets. There are like 15 different things you can build, but you're like, oh, these 3 things, I'll build these 3. That's worth 3 points. That's a focus. And so that helps a lot too. It kind of gives a little more direction, which apparently is something that was in Hadrian's Wall, but like the way it was done there was a little more deterministic, so you could kind of solve it. Here it's random out of a decent sized deck of cards. Now the actual flow of the game is pretty open, like in terms of what you're doing. You have on the left side of your player sheet, you have fortifications that you can build. You have workers that you can send out to like farm for different resources, so you can get your wood and your bread. You do need to feed your people every round, so you need to have a certain amount of bread for each castle that you're defending. So that's very important. You lose a lot of points if you don't do that. And then you have at the very bottom these different tracks that represent different things you've upgraded in, so like loyalty and bravery and influence. Every point on those is worth 1 victory point at the end of the game. So you're trying to balance them all out, and get as many points as possible. In a solo game, you're targeting 100 points, which seems simple enough. The first couple times I played, I think I got like 90 and then 98, so just under the line. And it takes a little time to kind of get above that. The right sheet has these 4 different kind of categories of things, right? So there's commerce, and I'm trying to get a picture big enough here to actually see all of them at once because it's a lot of stuff. So you have like commerce, you have warfare, you have the priesthood, and you have entertainment. And then each of these has its own little tracks, and some of them have mini games, quote unquote, where you like pay for some stuff, put some stuff in, flip some cards over. You have like a personal deck, and those cards will like you compare and contrast different numbers. So some of them are like trying to combine numbers to get certain values. There's a jousting mini game where you're like trying to match up swords to shields or break through the shields. There's like a beer brewing mini game where you're trying to get all the ingredients for the different amounts of beer, and then if you brew enough beer, the beer can like power up your warriors, increases their strength when you're defending later. So that's kind of a fun little thing. I found, and again, I haven't played this game a ton of times yet, but I find that these are good things to focus on when you're not sure what to do, or if you have little extra resources, or if you really need a thing and you're not sure how to get it. These are a little bit of a random, like there's a chance you could get what you need here. If nothing else, will definitely get it for you. And I like that. I like games that have just enough luck in it, just enough randomness to mitigate the decisions that I'm making. I don't want to feel like I could solve the game, because then I'm always going to work towards solving the game, which it sounds like Hadrian's Wall is a little more in that line. So ultimately, the sheets are the sheets. They are what they are. Like you either like that kind of thing where you're going through and mathing out all these things and crossing out all these boxes, or you don't. Like the fun part of the game, and I like that part. I like that kind of game. But the really, really fun part is looking at what's going to attack you, because the attack cards come out at the beginning of the round. Mathing out, okay, I need this many workers, I need this much defense. Where am I going to get it from? Try not to go over, because everything goes away at the end of every round. So if you get too much defense, then you've wasted actions you could have spent on other things. But at the same time, some of those attackers are face down, so you don't 100% know what they're going to be. There's hints on the back of the card. You don't 100% know what they're going to be. So you're trying to balance all this out and make sure you don't go crazy, and try to make sure that you're in a good place to defend without going too far one way or another. And that is a lot of fun. I think it's a cool little side piece. I think it's more interesting than what it looks like Hadrian's Wall is, where you're just like defending against these hordes of barbarians coming in. And as you build up the castle, it stays that way, right? Like it doesn't get knocked over, it doesn't get broken, it doesn't get attacked or destroyed. You have your little castle that's built up over time, and then you're kind of working with the efficiency engine to make sure you have enough resources to protect it as well. I don't know what I was expecting here, because again, I tried to play Hadrian's Wall. It I bounced off it a couple times. I ended up selling it to somebody who was really excited about it. I was like, okay, you can have it. And so this one was like, it's been on my radar because it's on our preview list, and was I check the BGG hotness every month to see if it's on there for people's points for the draft. And so with the chance to play it, I was like, you know what? I don't want to sit down for 4 hours and play a flip and write game, but I will take it home. I'll play it solo. I think it's very good. I think it's
Ooh.
incredibly complicated,
Nice.
but not in a bad way. And so I think what it does is by having the writing part, it's not replacing a core mechanic in like a Euro game. It's doing a thing a Euro game wouldn't be able to do. Right. So like as you cross off different tracks, like I'm leveling up here, you get different things at various levels. You're crossing out those things, you're getting those bonuses. You can't really do that in a Euro game without having a ton of overhead, a ton of tracking, stuff everywhere, pieces everywhere, to be really easy to mess it up. Here, it's very easy not to mess it up because you cross it out, you get a bread, right? I cross this out, I get a patron. It's pretty straightforward. Whereas if you try to translate this into like a traditional Euro, and it's already like half that, right? There's a ton of meeples in the game. There's coins, there's wood, there's bread, there's multiple decks of cards. You're building up a castle. It like you open up the box, you pull everything out, and you're like, why do I need to have these sheets of paper? Like it's already like 80% of a Euro. Just finish it.
Sure.
But as you're crossing everything out, you're like, oh yeah, you couldn't replicate this on a board without it being a nightmare. It's taking a thing that would be crazy and boiling it down in a way that makes it accessible. And I say accessible kind of in quotes because it's not very accessible. This is a pretty complex game. But it's such an interesting, fascinating puzzle to play through. There is a solo campaign. I can't remember how many scenarios there are, like 15, I think, that I plan on getting started with. I haven't started that yet. There are 6 different scenarios just for general play. You can play with or without siege mode. So basically siege mode is you're only defending. Normal mode, you can also attack and get bonuses that way. I think it's great. I think I might pick up a copy myself. Yeah, like
oh man.
I was just like, I don't know. I don't want to play. But the thing is, I still don't want to play it with my friend because maybe just the 2 of us. But I don't know. I don't want to play this at a table with like 3 other people. It will take so long. My first play by myself took like 2.5 hours. Oh. That's a solo game, and I was like, it's like 11:30. I'm like, I just want to finish up the game and go to bed. It was like 12:30. I'm like, I'm gonna get done before 1:00. This is too long.
Is there any? Is there actually any shared resources or anything? Like, there's no there's no interaction.
Not really, no. Like, and I haven't played it multiplayer, so I can't say for sure that there's not. But like, I don't think there is. Like, you're getting different scoring cards. There's a draft of those scoring cards at the beginning of every round.
Okay,
I think that's it. I think that's the only like interaction that there is. And then you're kind of just doing your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably simultaneous play because if you took turns, it would take 9 hours. Like, I don't know. I haven't done that. I don't plan on doing it. Maybe with 2 people, but it's very good as a solo game though. I don't know why they feel like they need to put up to 4 on this box, especially this company, because they've released a couple games that are just for one person.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Legacy of You is just a solo game. They didn't try to make that more than that. I could see technically you could play this game with however many people would fit at the table, just spread out the cards. But, you know, I don't know. It's really good though. And honestly, if you had the time and you had the right people who don't mind playing multiplayer solitaire, why not play together? I can't imagine doing it 4.
Sure. Again, I think that's one of the things industry-wide that they really should be wise about and really think about just best at this.
Right.
Can play technically, X number of players, but really this is where it's best at. Because I think fundamentally where so many games fail is oftentimes because they're like, you could play, plays, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 players. It's like, no, not really. Like,
yeah.
It becomes too much of a bear to kind of deal with at large player counts because, for whatever reasons it might be. And and again, you might be missing out just the brilliance of like, it's just a solo game. Like, it's okay to be just a solo game, man. Like, that's awesome. Like,
yeah, right.
Own that.
No.
Like, that's a hard thing to do. I think it's harder to be a solo game than any other type of game, to be honest with you. Like, you have to entertain yourself the entire time. So like,
yeah, right. Yeah, it's to be compelling.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have no one else to kind of, that's, yeah.
I kind of knew what I was getting into when I was reading through the instructions and the setup, and the one change for solo was remove this one card from the deck. That's it. That's the only difference. Take one card out of the path deck because it's scoring points for you can kill spies on behalf of your opponents. Right. There's a spy mechanic, and you get a bonus for doing that. And it just that is now no longer part of the game. I'm okay, but everything else is the same. There's no changes. Got it. It's a solo game.
It's a solo game. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a good one. I enjoy it. I think it's out in retail now too. So, the copy I'm playing with it's a Kickstarter copy, but I think you could just get it wherever now.
It's heavy. It's BGG is saying it's over a 4.
Yeah, I could see. I don't think it's actually going to land higher than a 4. I think if you look at the player sheets, there's a billion things going on here, and it took a couple plays for me to wrap my head around all of everything that's there and where it is. And some of these things, some of these actions, some of these buildings, they only unlock at certain levels on different other tracks. So I'm okay, I want to take this action. Well, that requires me to be level 3 on the entertainment track, and that requires that I have done this, and that requires that I've done this. I'm okay, I have to internalize all that. That's going to take a couple plays. It's just not something I'm going to remember. And I think that's where people are getting the complexity rating from. I'm not disagreeing. It is up there. It's high 3s, low 4s. If Lacerda made a flip and right type of game, it would be something like this. It's a lot going on.
Well, let's say this way: Hadrian's Wall and Twilight Inscription, and then this one. Where does it fit?
I haven't played Hadrian's Wall, but everything I've read says this is heavier than that.
Okay.
Twilight Inscription is a little more interactive.
Yes.
Not quite as complex.
Okay.
It's got those 4 discrete locations, but they're all kind of have their own little mini game going on.
Yes.
So I would say this is the heaviest of those 3.
Okay. That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah. If you want a really, really heavy game where you get to cross out boxes on a piece of paper, this is it. This is it.
This is the game. He's saying it. It's a buy.
This is what you want. This is what you want, especially if you want. It's a historical game. Keep that in mind as well.
That's awesome.
Garphill games, you're often thinking Architects of the West Kingdom or games like that, which are kind of quasi-fictional. This is not fictional. It's based on the real world succession war that took place after the death of King Henry. I think it's King Henry the First, right? Where his nephew and his daughter fought over the throne for 20 years or something.
Wow.
So that's, I don't know. It's good. I was surprised. I had fun. I guess that technically makes it a buy if I'm thinking of going to buy it.
Yeah, that's 100% makes it a buy.
But yeah, well, worth checking out. The Anarchy.
Very nice. Very nice, people. Pick it up. All right, everyone. Well, that leads us on to our feature review. Our feature review this week, of course, is the biggest, boldest, and weather climate acceptable convention, Gen Con 2025. Anthony, we've been to these. We've loved these. We're sad to miss this, although instead we've decided to do Gen Can't. So we're enjoying the super high temperatures that usually attributed to Indianapolis, Indiana during early August. So maybe we'll take a couple of games and try to walk to our cars and just re-experience that. Oh, I remember this. This was hot and heavy at the same time. I don't like this. How far to the car? How far?
Grab one of those big boxes off the top shelf and just go walk around the block. Yeah, this is like Gen Con.
Woo, I got the game. It's really heavy.
Woo!
These bags are not holding at all.
I'm hungry and thirsty. Where's the car?
We gotta get a shuttle to the car and then walk more? Yeah, you do. And then go back and do the same thing to get back because we can't carry any more games and we have to put something in the car at some point. Remember the first year we went? That was the wackiest year.
Oh, yeah. Out in the middle of nowhere in the little creepy swamp place.
The creepy swamp place in the middle of nowhere. Oh, that was an episode. That was a life. That was a thing.
Yeah.
That was a lot of walking.
Yeah.
That was a lot of blisters.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Pain. But it was also a lot of fun. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Every year it's been a lot of fun. We joke because it's Gen Con and I think if you're going to make fun of any con, make fun of this one, but yeah, it's still a lot of fun.
I mean, all of them are fun. And this one's fun, and this one's a spectacle to see. And I've always recommended this one for the spectacle, for the enormous numbers of vendors and all the events and programming. We did our first academic conference and the trade day a couple of years back. The trade day is excellent, even if you're not an academic. It's just so much fun to see everything that's happening with tabletop gaming. The publisher there, the designers there. You could be sitting at the coffee shop, and then Eric Lang just walks right by you like he's a normal person, and you're like, who was that? That was Eric Lang. Like, oh, yeah, that's normal. I get along with it. And then this other Jamie Stegmaier walks back the other way. You're like, huh, okay, I guess that's a thing. So it is a tremendous amount of fun. It is torturous as far as the walking and the carrying and everything else, but it wouldn't be a convention, especially Gen Con, if it wasn't all of those things, because it is that big.
Right.
And you get to go to a football stadium and play board games, which is weird and awesome at the same time.
Yeah. I've played games on the football field multiple times.
We should really bring a football to the football field.
And they'd kick us out. Like, no football in here.
Nerds only. You get out of here, you jocks, with your footballs.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could throw a football around there.
I don't know. There's not a lot of room. It's pretty full.
It's pretty full. But, I mean, it feels like, wouldn't that be an experience considering all the football games we've played there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just saying. Kick a field goal. Take out a Twilight Imperium table. Like,
oh, no.
30 yards away. Just like, yes! No!
Run away! There's some angry nerds.
That's funny. Well, Anthony, there's a lot of games that's going to be at Gen Con, and we want to give everyone the freshest, hottest preview possible. So in case they are going to Gen Con, or know people that are going to Gen Con, we can recommend these games so they can definitely, absolutely, positively check them out, pick them up, walk them across the Sahara, get into the car, drive them back to the hotel, and eventually bring them home, hit them at the table, and enjoy them. Anthony, with all that said, what do you think they should be looking at?
All right. So yeah, we're going to run through these. It's not all of them. It's not complete.
It's not?
It's the games that we are interested in playing.
I thought we were going to do all of them.
No, that would take like 8 hours.
Ooh. I feel like it's a bad thing. Welcome to our 8-hour podcast, people.
Yeah, no, he's kidding.
Can
Yeah.
we do it for the Patreon backers? All 8 hours?
Sure.
There you go, buddy. Patreon.com/BGA, where the podcast never ends.
I'm preemptively exhausted.
There you go. See, just like the Gen Con.
Yeah. Oh, I was getting in the spirit.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So these are games coming out that are available for purchase at Gen Con. Technically, maybe. Again, it always a grain of salt there because sometimes it doesn't happen because things happen.
Lawyers
games don't show up.
Yeah.
Airplanes land weird.
Oh no.
Games don't make it through customs. Whatever. Keep hearing horror stories about things getting stuck in customs for weeks or months right now. So
yeah.
You don't know. You never know.
You might not want to go to Gen Con. Just go to customs and pick up a lot of games.
Here, I'm here for this. This is mine. Thank you.
Try to get on a plane with games in your bag, and that's the thing that happens.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. If you take a freaking too many bones with you.
Oh my goodness gracious! I took too many bones home with me, and the plane security freaked the heck out because I don't know what make those games of. But whatever they make those games out of, like, lights up the X-ray machines like it's dynamite or something because they were not happy.
Yeah, like the 200 dice and 50 chips. It's like, yeah, what is that?
It's mostly made of plutonium, I think.
Sure. Apparently, yeah. All right, let's dive in here. First up, we have the game that is currently number one on the hotness list or the preview list for Gen Con.
Yeah.
We're not just going down the hottest games here, but this is at the top, and we are interested in this. It is Nature.
Ooh.
Which is a re-implementation of Evolution.
Like it.
And they've been working on this game off and on for 10 years, 12 years?
A lot of years.
So it's a new version, kind of just taking it away from like the early stages and kind of making it more broadly accessible in the modern age, but also with dinosaurs and everything. It's kind of mix and mash across different species.
Sure.
Yeah, no, you look at the pictures and it's like, hey, there's a leopard and that's a monkey and that's a stegosaurus. That's a bird and that's a fish. It's interesting. It's been a great formula. It was fun 10 years ago and they've only iterated on it the last decade. So
yeah, I think if they've seen Ark Nova and so many other games like Earth, where it's just like, just do nature. Like, you don't have to get all fancy and complicated for a lot of people out there. So, awesome.
Yeah. Next up, a game I know you're excited about, Star Wars Battle of Hoth.
Never heard of it.
Memoir 44 with Star Wars!
I heard it! Yeah!
Yeah! We were talking about this before. It's like the only battle they could legitimately do Memoir 44 with without having to do weird tweaks.
Yeah.
So, like, what are the expansions? What's coming next? I don't know, but I'm excited for this one.
Yes. I think this one will do big numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's such an accessible format, and it's such a well-respected format from the wargamer kind of perspective. And certainly, like Anthony said, as far as like what battles fit, but like the units here are very unique and very iconic. More than anything else, I think, in Star Wars. Generally, I think the Battle of Hoth is like the iconic battle with the iconic looking vehicles and stuff. So, yeah, I like this. This is nice. This is a nice little game. I think this will do quite well. And they're selling it, right? That's actually a thing that's happening?
Yeah, it's a weird thing, though. You have to, like, pre-order it now.
Uh-huh.
And you get a ticket, and then you can show up and pick it up there.
Okay.
So, like, it's not... I don't know if they'll have copies online for people, but it seems like Fantasy Flight and Asmodee have moved more towards a please pay us in advance and come and pick it up so we don't have to deal with these crazy lines.
Yeah, and they know what to bring with them.
Right.
Which
is
sense.
good. I love that. I hate standing in those lines. So.
I think there's still going to be a line, though. I hate to say.
Yeah, if they have copies at all, there will be a line.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, next up we have Gwent, the legendary card game. This is from The Witcher 3. Did you ever play this?
I have not.
So there's a card game baked into Gwent, into The Witcher, and you access it really early in the game. Like the first hour or so, you end up in a tavern, and you meet somebody who teaches you how to play Gwent, and then you can play against a lot of people throughout the game. So it's kind of like those old Final Fantasy card games, where once you learn it, you just go around, you talk to everybody, you press a certain button, and you get to play the card game instead of play the game.
Oh, nice.
And it's Gwent, and Gwent is great. It's like this column and row-based game where you're trying to build up these different powers. Very straightforward, very simple. I'm surprised it took this long to make a physical version. I think they've had other physical versions, but this is like the full-blown, here you go, it's the full game. Build 2 decks and have fun.
Nice. I like it.
Yep. So, it's good. It's a good game.
Sweet.
Next up, we have Luthier. We don't have a ton of these on here, but there are a handful of, like, this was on Kickstarter, and now here it is. So here you go. This was on Kickstarter, and now here it is. Now you can buy it.
I've seen a lot of people post about they got their copies.
Yeah.
So
those who didn't back, they'll have it at Gen Con. So
yay.
Make some violins, y'all.
Yeah. It looks very fancy, and this is a game that we've looked at for quite some time. It's been previewed for a bunch of years now at this point. So
right.
And it looks very pretty and very detailed and very Euro-ish lovely. And I'm really hoping that it's an excellent game. And I'm hoping that I regretted it that I did not back it, because I'm hoping it's that good.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have a game it's pretty hot right now. People are talking about it. It is Ace of Spades.
Okay.
So this is a solo poker necromancy game.
Sure it is.
Yep, those are words that go together. So
that sounds like a thing.
Yeah. So you're like a gunslinger who has magic, and you're going to play poker hands to take out these minions of the Lord Overkill.
Okay.
As you descend into hell to duel the monster who ruined your life. It sounds bananas, but it's just a solo like card manipulation game.
Sure.
Which is great. I love solo card manipulation games. It has a 2-player mode as well, so it's kind of like an Oniverse game in that it's a solo game with a 2-player option to play co-op. And it's based on poker hands, which is like all the rage right now. So this is coming from Devere Games, and I'm interested in this one as well.
Very nice, very nice.
Next up, we have Lightning Train. This is from Direwolf. It's the new one from Paul Denon, who made Dune and Clank. So big name in board games. And it is a pick up and deliver game, a bag building game, in which you are building routes and sending your lightning train out there. Yeah, it's interesting because you're used to like the more fantasy and sci-fi focus of this company, but they're like, hey, we're making a train game. Here you go.
They went
It's
straight.
fun.
They went literally straight.
Yep. And so you're like, oh, it's a lightning train. It's like sci-fi. It's lightning. It's like, no, not really.
No,
it's
just the
it's a
box.
train.
Yeah.
There's some lightning in the background.
Yeah, you talked about this one a little while back.
Yeah, no, it looks interesting because it's a almost like a cube rail train game, like 90 minutes or so. But it's a bag builder, so you can kind of upgrade and change things throughout the game, which I think is a really cool way to spin that.
Nice.
So I would love to try it.
Very cool.
Next up, we have Propolis and Point Galaxy. So
Mm-hmm.
these were two of the flat out games, now AEG games that were up on Kickstarter a while ago. Propolis is like the bees on the Hexes game, and Point Galaxy is the new Point whatever game. So Point Salad, Point City, now Point Galaxy. These will be sold by AEG. They'll probably be in their like big game night thing, and I'm excited for Point Galaxy. I like the first two games. The little bee game looks cute as well.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm really excited.
Next up is one for you, Sea Salt and Paper Extra Pepper.
Yay! It's an expansion to a game I love. It's a little tiny card game where we have this really cute origami artwork, and it plays 4 players, and it really does play 4 players. And basically you're taking actions to play the cards into your tableau, but also you have some secret kind of scaling cards, which are great. And then on top of all that kind of fun stuff, there is like kind of a shoot your moon kind of feel. Now, this is the second expansion to that game, and it's going to add a couple more different game mechanics to this, and it's just, everyone's looking forward to it. It's a little tiny little packet of cards that hopefully you can somehow squeeze into your deck, but, you know, most likely you'll have to try to find some other way to kind of put it together. But I've really loved Sea Salt and Paper, and this one flows very nicely with it. And again, I think the first expansion did a lot to kind of make the game it just flushed it out a lot more here. So this is more card combos, and they work really well together. And again, the artwork is just very unique. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Awesome. All right. Next up on the list, we have a game coming from Capstone Games, and they always have a bunch.
Yeah.
Sunavalo, which is the new game from Andreas Odendahl, who is the designer of La Granja.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a 2-player only Euro game in which you are building a farm. Great, sounds good. Wait, it's sci-fi. You're on a solar punk world called Overgrowth.
You got me.
Yeah. So it's a farming game, but if you look at the artwork, it's got like little walking water cans and robots and like the people out reaping the fields in the sci-fi world with all these different moons in the sky. It's some really cool looking artwork. It's got its own specific vibe. It's interesting. It's 2 players only. It's kind of tableau based. It's not huge, but it's also not light. It looks like it's going to be like 1.5 to 2 hours long. So like something chunky, not quite to like Fields of Arle size and length.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more than like one of those little 2-player boxes that Capstone has started to be known for.
Very nice. Like it.
All right. Next up, another one that we've both been talking about, Lord of the Rings, Fate of the Fellowship. We think they'll have it. Not sure. The release date says end of August, but it seems like it's getting out there. Everybody's played it, which makes it weird to talk about.
Yes.
It's been on Board Game Arena now for like 3 months, but it's coming.
No, it's coming, and I think it'll be nice. It's on Board Game Arena, and
yeah,
that's cool. But as I think Anthony, you had pointed out, it might be one of those games where it just digitally. Again, there's a couple of games like this. It just digitally doesn't work. Like you need to have the actual physical presence in front of you because it's just a lot easier to play. But also, it just
I want the cardboard tower.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, for certain.
Yeah, I honestly I struggle, and maybe I'm alone on this, but I struggle with games that have miniatures on Board Game Arena.
Okay.
Like everything's flattened out on that particular platform. Like on Steam, it can work because you could have 3D models, but Board Game Arena, everything's very flat.
Sure.
So I don't know. I struggle with that.
That's fine. There you
go. All right. Next up, we have The Hobbit: There and Back Again.
Mm-hmm.
This is the roll and write from Reiner Knizia. It's coming from Office Dog. They did the Fellowship of the Ring trick taking game. So wonderful production here. Looks pretty. It is a dice rolling game, so we'll see how it goes for people who are not fans of that. But I'm excited.
I have no comment. I know nothing of what you speak.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
know. You're gonna find it. Well, I was about to say you're gonna find it's amazing. I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Look,
You might still-
when you have a brilliant game, and there are a lot of these brilliant games out there, and they're typically rolling rights or flipping rights, and then you take the junkiest garbage eraser marker and blob / squiggle whatever you need to do on this little board, it just diminishes the whole game as a whole. Like, I'm sorry, like, we have to come up with some new technology for rolling rights. It just needs.
a pencil.
Yeah, I mean, the game you talked about had pencils, right?
Yeah, I don't like when it's dry erase.
The dry erase
Um,
it just feels so weird and sloppy and messy, and
Yeah.
it looks
that's
ugly.
fine.
What was that? What we used to play, the Simon Rail games.
Oh, railroading.
And again, it's a decent game, but like, you're drawing those patterns on the thing, and you feel like, I don't know, you're drunk or something when you're.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this
You
is a
gotta get,
thing. I don't know.
I had a friend who had like the little he
Stencils.
upgraded all their things with like fine tipped ones, like
All right.
expensive dry erase markers are like
Ooh.
$5 a piece. I'm like, that's nice and all, but that's not scalable.
No.
Just like a little pouch to carry around.
Hold on, I have my own marker.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. I can see that.
Yeah. No, you're still right though. It's still a problem.
It just diminishes the experience of it. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry about that, but like, it just does.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm
Mhm.
with you. All right, next up we have a solo-only game. You can tell who's working on the list here.
I tell you, this guy.
Hercules and the 12 Labors.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a solo-only card and dice game in which you play as Hercules working through the 12 Labors, so you can ascend to godhood. I love me some classic Greek mythology. I love me some classic challenging dice rolling games with solo components, and the artwork on this looks really, really good. So if I was there, I would probably go get this.
Whoa.
I don't know where to get it otherwise, so who knows, but it looks really cool.
It does look cool.
All right. Next up, we have a game called Dirt and Dust.
Oh, nice.
So Dirt and Dust is a racing game from LB.
Mm-hmm.
And it is I think this is the bag building one, correct? Yes. So you have your little dashboard and you're building things up and you're trying to outrace each other. And honestly, like at first glance, it doesn't look like anything particularly different than other games like Rallyman or Heat, but it's got some good looking artwork. It looks like it's pretty quick and simple, like 60 minutes, 75 minutes. It's got a good solo mode in there, so it looks interesting.
Nice.
Dice games and racing go together well.
Would you say so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Formula D.
Yeah.
I would normally hate that kind of thing. Like roll and move is terrible unless it's racing, and then it's like this is fun.
Yes. Well, yeah. Coliseum, right? That's the one rare game with roll and move.
Yeah, and that's good.
But I think that's the exception that proves the rule, if anything else.
Yeah, and I like Merlin quite a bit.
Sure.
That's roll and move, but it has like all the different ways to like mitigate the roll and move. You can kind of choose where you want to go if you do it right.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we've got a game that you pointed out when we were making this list: Vegas Strip.
Yay, Vegas Strip. It's this really adorable. It's kind of difficult to explain because you're building tableaus up, but it's a tableau of all these different casinos, and there's corruption going on in these casinos, and it's a bluffing game because what you're doing each turn is you're taking turns playing these money tiles onto these different casinos, so very much looks very poker-esque, and whoever, you're trying to figure out by playing these tokens which ones are the more corrupt and which ones, obviously, you want to play your money at the non-corrupt ones throughout. And then as you keep playing the tokens, you gain more information. So you have some really high quality production here, but it's a bluffing game with deduction. So the deduction's going on as far as trying to figure it out, but it's not like an AI deduction. You're bluffing other people away. So, and it's team-based, which I love because that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it looks cool. You pointed it out, and I was like, I've never heard of it. And then we're looking at in the preview. I was like, oh, that looks like a really fun way to do Vegas.
Yeah, and it's from the designer who designed That Time You Killed Me.
Yeah.
which is a really cool, interesting game from Pandasaur Games. So I like his different take on game designs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very outside the box.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping and expecting with this one too. It looks like the production's there, and the bluffing team deduction kind of thing looks great.
Yeah. All right, another one that you throw in here that we've talked about a little bit in the past. Just love the artwork for this, if nothing else. Flip Tunes.
Adorable, right? It's an animated deck building game, but the animation is like the old throwbacks. I don't know if it's the 20s, 30s, 40s, like
yeah, with the big giant pupils.
Yes, it's like very Betty Boopish kind
Yeah.
of look, cartoony kind of thing before like the Bugs Bunny kind of situation is concerned. But this, obviously, this is another 1 to 4 player games, and you're utilizing all these tune actors, and each round flip 6 of these tunes from your deck into your screen grid, and then you're doing auditions together. So tableau building, deck card building, and then how the cards kind of interact with each other in that particular tableau scores. So it looks like a lot of fun. It's very vibrant and like kiddie, but at least looking, but it looks like a really fun, challenging game. So
yeah,
excited. Fun.
Awesome. Yeah, that looks cute.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one up here, we have Horrified Dungeons and Dragons. Now, this one's interesting for a couple of reasons. One, it's like the 5th Horrified game.
Yes.
Which is great. it's cool to keep expanding.
Yeah.
But 2, this is designed by Peter Lee.
Yeah,
right?
buddy.
So Peter Lee used to work for Prospero Hall, I believe. And all those games were just listed as Prospero Hall, right?
Yeah.
If you go in now, the games that Peter Lee worked on, his name is on those games.
Oh.
So Horrified, Pan Am. Before that, Peter Lee worked at Wizards of the Coast for 10 years.
Yeah.
Worked on D&D miniatures, worked on 5th edition, worked on Magic the Gathering, and Lords of Waterdeep.
Yeah, buddy.
Co-designer on Lords of Waterdeep and Tyrants of the Underdark. So kind of taking those two things and mashing them together. Like, I worked at D&D for 10 years. I also designed Horrified, or led the design team, because a bunch of people worked on that.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can put the D&D in the Horrified. And when I read that earlier today, I was like, oh, I'm much more excited about this now than I was before.
Yes.
Because I like Horrified. It's a good co-op experience, but not all of them are equal.
No.
Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Like the American Monster set was not very good. This is exciting.
And it incorporates a D20.
Of course it does. Yeah, no, it's cool because it's like you look at the artwork and it's like this is just a D&D map, and you have all the D&D monsters that you know and love. The Beholder there, and it's cool. The Mimic.
Yeah, again, it's funny, it's a gimmick, but the D20 does actually play into it, and again, it's nostalgic, and it really, like, as much as all those different monsters from the other games are somewhat iconic for us. I mean, the Dungeons and Dragons monsters is kind of a given. Like, that's what you really want to play as.
Yeah. And you could expand this forever because like the monster manual is 400 pages.
Expansions,
so many.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you do the Universal movie monsters. Great, there are 8 of them. You're done. Like, no, D&D, there's hundreds of these.
Yes.
All right, moving on here. A couple more. First up, we have of the last 2, we have Raising Chicago.
This is really what I'm excited about.
Yeah, so we got a sequel to a game that we both had in our top 10 in the year it came out, Raising Seattle. But now we're doing it in Chicago.
Chicago, Chi-Town, buddy. This looks great. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like the production is upgraded. It seems like there are differences in this game versus Rebuilding Seattle. So, really super stoked about this. Really excited.
Yeah. And I said Raising Chicago like 3 times. I meant Rebuilding Chicago, because Raising Chicago is a different game.
Yes. There you go. 2 different games, but same. Yeah. But you should also, if you rebuild it, you should raise it. I'm just saying.
Right, yeah. Raising Chicago is a much more complex game from Spielworks, and also looks good.
Yes, that also does look good.
But it's not, and it just came out too, like same year, like a couple months apart from each other. Such close names.
Yeah, there'll be problems, but if you buy both of them, you will be double happy.
There you go.
Yeah, so we're recommending both games. You go to the Gen Con and a game is based on Chicago, just buy it. That's all I'm saying. Just buy it, people.
Yeah,
but
go for it.
Yeah, this game, obviously, again, we really love that, and it looks like so much of this is still the same thing, but there is some slight changes and upgrades, and then the production is much, much sharper, cleaner, and more colorful. And I think that was mainly the biggest problem that we had with the other game, that it was so black and white and it was a little hard to distinguish with the icons.
Yeah.
They've taken care of that now. It's all color now.
Yeah, definitely some visual issues in the past that seem to be resolved.
Yeah, and there's some new tweaks and changes along the way. So a lot. It's worth owning both, at least as far as I can read at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
All right, last one on the list here. Very cute looking.
Yeah.
Otter.
It's just, look, I love otters. You love otters. They're
cute.
They're adorable. And it's a cute and clever shedding game. And you can play 1 to 4 players. Obviously, anytime you do that, it's set to solo. But you could still play with 3 other otters at the table. And you're just drawing cards, trying to match up with your otter. And, dealing with the special bonuses that come along with the game. It's cute, it's adorable, it's fun for adults, it's fun for kids. You should play this. I'm just saying, it's adorable. It's a cute little card shedding game, and it's in a little tiny box, and you're just going to want to own it. I'm just saying it. It's happening. This is going to be something like people are going to buy at Gen Con.
I believe it.
Yeah. Adorable, cute animals that are battling to win. I mean, I don't know. It just happens. It just happens that way. It's Gen Con, people. Right? You'll have the giant big games that everyone's like, I got that big game. And then you'll have the little cute, adorable games that everyone's like, oh, I should have. Yeah. That's one they should pick up.
Yep.
Because it's little adorable, otter creatures. And in the end, isn't that what gaming's about? Little adorable, cute creatures?
I think so.
Yeah. You should take care of little adorable creatures in your life. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It's pretty simple. But until next time, this is Chris.
Hey, this is Anthony.
And we'll save you all, especially the little adorable otters, a seat at the table. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Hey there, Hugh from Podderation here. If you like today's show, why not check out Make Believe Heroes, a family-friendly D&D show for all ages. Join our eclectic, lovable cast as they explore the world of Manumi and beyond in a show that's designed for everybody to be able to enjoy. If you'd like to hear more, check out our website at podderation.com.